What up, Mastered? How we doing? All right, let's do this thing. Good morning, Cyprian. What is going on here? That was weird. We doing bad. Professor's forcing me to use Protege to do some ontology projects. That sounds... I don't know what Protege is, but sorry about it. Good morning, Jack and Alcaeus. Morning, Purple. Fun run dev. We need another tab. We should one. Okay. Can you see him? What are you doing? What are you doing, Bodhi? Do you want belly rubs? Is that what you're asking for right now? Are you just rolling over on that belly? Huh? What are you doing? Huh? Oh, you stretching. Are you stretching? Oh, you say good morning. Hey, you're normally not up at this time. Hey, you came downstairs with me early. Oh, yeah. Big stretch. Big stretch. What are you doing? Huh? You just gonna lie here and sleep like that? Oh, you don't want me to stop? You don't want me to stop? Is that it? Is that it? Good boy. You gonna sneeze? Yeah, there's your sneeze. Bless you. Bless you. Go back up to bed. Go get your sting. What a derpy dog. All right, so we need to wrap up this assessment workflow stuff and figure out what happens when we submit the last question. This hoodie is like really tight in the sleeves. Okay, so let's go get data grip loaded. And clear our user data. We don't need that anymore. Yes, thank you for the tip. Let's get rid of that, commit that, great. So let's just let's redirect to the dashboard on successful completion here. There we go. It's probably going to be in the server. Where is that? Here we go. Not in the load. So down here, let's write another combinator for our onboarding assessment utility. Let's see here, where is that at? And let's go to onboarding assessment. Which one is it? It's this one. And let's say we'll just come in here and say get wrecked. Is my scroll in the wrong direction right now? It is. God damn it. I hate that about Macs, that I have to change natural scrolling every time. Alright. So we'll say is last question. And we'll take an assessment, and it'll be an onboarding assessment. Not a question. And that'll have that. A comma there. Come in there. And we'll say let's see here. We'll get the step. Const step is equal to onboarding assessment dot step, the assessment, and then we'll say we'll return wait a second. Yeah. Okay. We'll say step equals assessment dot questions dot length. Right? -1. Yeah. So now we have that. Is this the server? Yes. So we can close this. And we actually want to probably do this like const is last question. And we'll say onboarding assessment dot is the last question, pass in the assessment. Oh, we're gonna have to get the assessment. So I don't have the assessment yet. Just have the ID. Well, we're gonna need that anyways. So in here, we get the assessment. We'll come in here, we'll do that. One of these days, Enron, one of these days. Cheers, Scythe. Is the last question. So if it's the last question, we can do this after that. We'll come in here and we'll say if
is last question, and we'll do a mutation, and we'll just say assessment dot completed at, and we'll say right now, new date. Cannot assign. Why would that be a read-only property? Is this? I made this read-only. All right, we should be better off there now. Oh, I need to get this. I do have the assessment. Yeah, we're okay. So we set the completed at, so it's the last question. We return a transaction where we update the user assessment. So let's, you know what? We are going to do something that is generally frowned upon. Because I don't care. And we'll come up here, find the equal. This is going to be a Boolean or undefined. And then we can come down here. Actually, that's not going to work that well either. What does this give us? This is going to be a user assessment. God, that's so annoying. How do we want to do this? Hmm. This is an annoying problem to have. All right. We're going to do class user assessment not found. Error extends error. And then we also have a user assessment parse error. And what other errors will we have? We have a user assessment question not found. Let's come in here and add you know what, why? Let's come in here and I'm about to just install effect. But let's say we have a tagged error and it's going to extend error. And we're going to have that. And this is going to have a tag, which will be a string. What up, Priv? Let's see if this works as a poor man's tagged error. Currently writing some Rust to make sure Genie works with Terso's database schema thingy. Nice. That sounds sick. So we will do transaction.rollback. And then we'll return a new user assessment not found error. And then here, we'll do the same thing basically. And this will be parse error. Same deal here. And let's say we get this back now. What does this say it is? So we can be like, if X instance of tagged error, we can switch on x.tag, theoretically. Why? Now I can't? What? I narrowed it. Now it's happy? Okay. What up, Costa? Okay, so we can't infer that. I guess I could just make a result type too. Little poor man's result type. Yeah, there we go. Now we should get autocomplete. Yeah. This will be a 404. And we'll say form. And then we'll say case. Same deal. Oh my god. And then the next case is user parse error, and this will be a 500. Okay. And let's call this result instead of X. So now after this block, result should be narrowed to be, yeah, it is. Great. What does our user assessment have on it? That has a completed at on it. Ah, I put that on the wrong field. Okay. This should be, I guess that does have it. And we'll put user assessment as well. Wait, where is it? User assessment meta. we'll say that. New date, we'll say that is going to be now. And this is going to equal now. And then we're going to question.answer, form data, data. Actually, yeah. We'll say user assessment dot data equals assessment, and then we can just set everything, right? We can just come in here, find that, change around that, and this will just be user assessment meta. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's fine for a poor man's result type for today, just to get this working. And then what do we want to do here? We want to say const is last question. So we'll use our combinator again, onboarding assessment. We're gonna have to parse that data out again, which is really annoying. What does it think this is now? Thank you for the follow there, oh man. Me gusta Viagra. That's gonna be undefined. It's a row list of never. Okay, so we just want to return the user assessment meta then. Do that again, that'll be an await. And then format that and we'll return the user assessment meta. And now this should have data on it. Yeah, there we go. Changing that, and then we can do result dot data, or actually we can just do is completed. We can return result dot completed at does not equal undefined. We want to redirect 302 to /dashboard. Otherwise, we return that it was successful. Okay, we've got poor man's result type. Great. Ugh. Do we think that works? Are we feeling lucky, chat? Let's go ahead and run our dev server. And this should bring us up over here. We want to sign up. Let's just make a quick account. Doesn't matter in the password. Let's walk through this survey quick. 3, next. 45. Doesn't matter. Five. Let's fucking go. Let's go. It's kind of gross, but whatever. Web dev too easy. Too easy. Thank you for the follow, Naveen. Super appreciate you. You don't need all these console logs anymore. Yeah, I noticed that this morning too, Steven. I noted that while I was doing it in my head to look into. I'm not sure why that's happening. .log. Yeah, we just log that. I'm not sure why, so let's log out. That still works. That's awesome. Like, there's input lag too. Oh, no, it's not. It's because that's... it's because it's a numeric input. Like, that feels clunky. I don't know why that felt like it took so long. Yeah, we should... how do we want to do this? We want to basically drive, I guess, drive the UI state. No, how many households do you have means like... How many households means like, how many clients do you have? How many distinct client households do you work with? Because you could have like generally a financial advisor is gonna have like, you know, if there's a husband and wife in a household, both the husband and the wife will be their clients. But yes, most of these people are actually very wealthy that will be using this platform. Wealthier than all of us, I imagine. What we're building. If you do today, you'll get a better command. We're building a platform for for financial advising coaching. Okay, I think I found why it feels slow, Steven. It's because we're redirecting on every click, and then it's redirecting back. I think. Because I just clicked next there. Watch this. We click next. This is going to have a redirect in it. Yeah. My brother does site plans and 3D renderings for a custom home builder. Those houses are crazy. Oh, yeah. Do you personally have a financial advisor? I do, but it's actually the person I'm building this tool for is my financial advisor. So that's why we're feeling that lag, is because of that redirect happening. So I'm betting if I get rid of, not that one. If we change this last line down here, it's hitting this if completed that does not equal undefined. Oh, it's gonna equal null. Why didn't TypeScript give me a freaking type error? This should probably feel better. Hopefully. Well, even that felt like input lag. You see that? Well, I want the experience to be that they can like come back. So it persists. That still doesn't feel great. But it felt a little bit better. I wonder if it's from... Where is this at? It still takes half a second. Hmm. Yeah, the problem is that it's not OCaml. That's 100% true. Like, that submit takes a long time. 300 milliseconds to fetch the assessment. That is key map. Key map comes from Oryx. Yeah. Or is Oryx the name of the company or ZSA? Yeah, it's this software right here. Somewhere in here. So the other way we could do this, Stephen, is rather than making this a form and use Svelte form actions, is that we could just make API endpoints and drive more of this from the client. I still don't know why this is so chunky of a freaking that like network latency of going to the database is bad. One thing we could try is we could submit the entire. Let's think about this. Is Svelte form similar to server actions? Basically, yeah. I think you can think about them the same way. Well, not quite, right? Because server actions are really just RPC endpoints. Better to use event-driven architecture. Yeah, but I want this to be a single request response cycle. I don't want to have to like pull from the UI. And I don't want to bring in this dependency. Do I need CRUD? Yeah, I'm doing CRUD over REST basically. Well, when you move to like an event-driven architecture, right? Like you'd hit an endpoint, right? And you'd publish an event to some queue or event bus, and then there's another process somewhere that's watching that queue, picks it up. So you can't respond to the client immediately from that request response cycle as a request comes in. Like I couldn't give an answer with the data I need from this if it was event driven. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pass the entire assessment through and see we can save ourselves the I can make a little in-memory cache. No, because this is going to be running in a Lambda. That doesn't make sense. Good morning. We could put this in the layout server load. But the load's not too bad. I mean, we had a pretty bad load there, 106 milliseconds. That's not stellar. We don't need to do a lot of this work here. So we can cut that out at least. All right, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna try this and see if we can cut the time down a little bit. I will probably eventually refactor this to be more client side, but in the interest of trying to make this simple, we're gonna do this. And do we have an assessment schema? We have to, right? That's gonna be up here in this. So I should be able to just parse on that. So let's do, we have to export the schema. So let's say schema, just do that. And that'll be onboarding assessment dot schema. And that needs a comma there. Now this should have an assessment on it. Yeah. So in here, we still need to get the user assessment, which is technically what's coming in on the form. But I think we can assessment. Yeah. I think we can get rid of this first lookup. I don't think we need this. Unless it's the last one. So what would this look like actually? So we can check if it's the last question, right? By how do we check if it's the last question? Maybe we send that in from the UI too. Yeah, we can do that. So we'll say is last question, and this is going to be z.boolean. Okay. So now we have that on the form. And we don't need that. And we can say, let's see here. Happy path is it's not the last question. And we go and we say, If it's not the last question, if form.data.is last question, we'll do something in here, right? And we'll just return. And then down in here, we'll say, is last smells like a code smell? Probably. I'm just trying to get through this feature here and get a small improvement in the load time, because I'm probably going to end up coming back and rewriting this to be not form actions at some point. I also don't have a better alternative. Yeah, this doesn't need to be perfect right now. We can always refactor it. And this is like, this onboarding flow is the only place that, like, this code's pretty isolated. Yeah, I wonder, God, do we want to re-architect this right now? Let's just see if we can get a performance improvement that feels good enough, because I would like to move on to try to do email verification this morning rather than taking another morning on this onboarding assessment. Assuming it's not the last question, the only thing we have to do is await db dot update. We're going to update user assessment, and it's going to be where, and we're going to have an and. Basically, we want to do the same update that's down here. This thing, we can yoink that. Let's see here. Where's this block at? We can paste this here, and we'll just say db. Delete that. Await. This is going to be set. Data will be assessment, right? And we don't even need that answer. That's an ID. If we just pass in the updated assessment, and then we can derive the last question off the assessment, which we can come in here then. Yeah, let's just slowly offload more work to the UI, because it's cheap work on the UI because we already have all the data co-located. So onboarding is assessment, and this will be form.data.assessment. And then this will be form.data.assessment, where user assessment ID is that, user assessment, that looks good. We can get rid of a lot of this. I think we can get rid of most of this. You can come down here and grab that. And we'll just do, whoops, paste that in, return that. So if it is the last question of the assessment, we've already updated that. We want to basically copy this block of code, throw that in there. We always need to update that. We'll say completed at is going to be form.data.assessment.completed at. That way they match up. We don't have to do anything else. That seems reasonable. And then we'll do a return redirect. And this is going to be a 302. And we're going to go to /dashboard. And yeah, that removes a ton of work from the server. We don't need these anymore. So really the only work we're doing in here now is a simple write to the database and validation. So let's come here and update this. We still have to find the assessment. I hate this. I'm tempted to throw this. That can be a future optimization if this still feels bad, because our load function is still pretty quick. It's like generally around like 70 milliseconds, which should feel pretty much instant to the user. What's this upset about now? Right. This gets the assessment now, and we can get rid of that, and we just pass in we don't even need to do this. Yeah, we can just do that. I don't love that this has to happen. I'm tempted to put that in the layout. All right, well, let's just see how this feels. We don't need that. That's good there. Where is our harpoon files? We want to go to, let's move that to 1. Actually, that'll be 1. Okay. And we want to go here now. The data, we're going to have the, yep, so that's still right. Now the thing that is going to change is that the form, when we submit, we have to update this thing. Okay, I don't know how that TS no check got it up there, but that's why we weren't getting type errors on that one thing. That was weird. Let's rename this and get rid of the question. Q, delete to form. Wait, did we just lose all that code we wrote? Or where the fuck are we? We're in a compiled file? What? Wait a second. Okay, that was weird. That we ended up in the Svelte folder. That was really weird. right, there's that. And now we want to go to, I'm going to right quit out. You can, with telescope. Yeah, the jump list would be, whatever, it doesn't matter. Server, and we want to go to onboarding. Add that to Harpoon. There we go. Now let's go to onboarding, and we want the page. We'll add this. Go to assessment. We'll add this. Okay, there we go. So this is wrong now. Values should not have on it. We should have values dot. Right, that needs the $sign. That's just gonna have assessment on it. Let's restart the dev server because I think it needs, yeah, run dev. We should hopefully get some type errors. Ooh, got some jazz going. Let's fracking go, chat. All right, our type error is here, right? Because this needs to be, got rid of the question part. There we go. And let's see here, we can close that. Yeah. Values dot, can I do $sign dot assessment? Oh, I have to get the answer. Okay, how do we want to do this? Current question, and we'll say answer is going to be current question. We should derive this, right? Current question dot answer. Cannot, oh right, this needs to be derived. Derived. Right? Yep. And then we'll go ahead and put that here. Maybe we don't even need these. And then this is just values is going to be the assessment. Pain in the ass. String number is not assignable to string. Right. We need an empty answer. So let's just say we have this function and we'll get empty answer. And this is going to take a question. Man, I love fucking jazz music. question. And we'll say this is going to return a string, or it's going to return a number. And we'll say if question, I don't know why it put me so far down that list. That was weird. If question.type is text. Oh, let's go. Kraut, you're a legend. I'm assuming this was you. What up, Shroud? How's the project doing so far? We're trying to fix some a bit of UI lag from submitting form actions. Our question submit form action is taking like 500 to 700 milliseconds, and it's noticeable. So we're trying to fix that and put more work in the UI. Otherwise, what we will do, change to empty answer question. Current question. I guess we can just call that question, right? It doesn't need to be current question. Okay. Can we use proxies from Superform on nested data? We should be able to, right? Now that I think about this, I don't even know if we need... We should be able to do, hold on. Let's do answer v2. And we should be able to do, let's do a immediately invoked function expression. And we'll come in here, and we'll do this. I wonder if I can do this, or if there's rules like React, where we'll say if question. Why does it put me so down low in the list? I want the top choice. Text. We'll say we're going to return text proxy, string proxy, and it'll be, this needs to go actually lower than this. It needs to go there. String proxy gets our values, and then the, oh, because we need to find, we're in an array. That's why I can't do this. Right. Dumb. I figured that out earlier. Cannot bind to derived state. Oh, give me a break. What's this wrong with over here? Yeah, shit. Shoot. This is not great. And then we can't bind to derived state. Man, this is going to be such a pain in the ass. We could always just pass the assessment down through and just bind to the assessment. Because it'd be nice if we could just bind a question. Like this right here. We came in here and then we went to question. Get rid of answer, right? We don't really need that. We don't need that. We can come down here and we can say this is going to equal bindable. And then we bind to question dot answer. Yeah. And this is going to take bind a question. Go into there. Same deal here. We don't need to bind that anymore. Delete find there. This will be bindable. And we'll just say question dot answer. String undefined. Okay, we can fix that. I'm not worried about that problem. We can give it a default. No. Oh, I see. Right, that's how the frickin' proxy worked. I wonder if I can do that here. because it would be question. And then we would have answer. Fuck. Whatever you want to listen to, Master. I let most things fly. I'm not super stoked with this right now. So I would have to do something like this. I don't love that. The perils of building real software, chat. Cannot bind to derived state. That's unfortunate. Would you have done it differently in OCaml? Not really, because this is all just front end stuff, and I don't have. I'm kind of held to the idioms of Svelte. I think what we're gonna end up doing right now is just rewriting this to not use form actions potentially, and then just submit to an endpoint. All right, let me think about this. We're going to try a little bit more. So let's assume we also get, let's add a question to this. And this will be a, I have a schema for this. Oh, dude, look at this. We got into... the fuck? We ended up in that random ass other file again. What up, Bear? Kraut, are we gonna hang out when I come to Berlin? Which, now that I think of it, I need to make some people... Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Here comes chat. Oh god. Thank you. I'm not even close to Berlin, unlikely. Boo. Boo. You should come to Fun OCaml Conf and we can hang out. You can hang out with me and Leo and Dave and who else is gonna be there? Well, Sabine's running the conference with Dave, so Sabine will be there. I would, Kraut. Kraut made it to VIP. Kraut's here every morning. Shows up, puts in the work. All right, so now we're sending the question back. The question's on the form. In fact, I think we could even... I think we could do something like this. And we could go assessment and question. It's right there. I bet we have to restart the dev server. All right, I like Svelte, but this has definitely been more painful than I would have wanted. What is allowed on this? ID, JSON schema. I thought you could pass in defaults here. All right, whatever. Just do that. And now we got to go to 1. We'll always just send back the updated. Is that what we want to do? What do we want to do? We should also have the question already. So let's just say current. I hate this design already. I hate everything about this. Data dot current question. Go to definition. This is gonna get so now we have our current question. We don't need these. And we can pull out the question from this. And now let's see if I can get this is probably pushed. I need to get the proxy thing on how I was doing this yesterday. Dragon Force is quite fine. Here it is. Yeah, this is what we want. What the hell? I was able to bind to a derived value Oh, it's because it was a store. Okay, I might be skill issuing myself. Watch I go do all this work and there's like, the form still feels terrible. That'd be my luck. I get to take defensive driving. I had to do that a couple months ago after my speeding ticket. This will be what do we break here? Missed a... Okay. Rather than binding to the question, I mean, I guess we could still bind the question, right? And we can do this further down, right? Cannot bind to a constant, sure. Derived question dot answered, I guess. Values. Don't need that. All right, where's our other issues? Do that. I prefer offensive driving. Driving ugly cars, offending people near me. I didn't get a ticket, but because I'm working for Texas Dot, now all employees have to take it. RIP. Dude, I got such a bad speeding ticket a couple months ago that, like, is such bullshit. There's a road that comes down into North Carolina from Virginia. It's called 85. It's a 2-lane highway on both sides with pine trees down the center, separating the other 2 lanes, and then pine trees on the other side. And it's just like a straight road for like 190 some miles. And 85 goes into North Carolina, and the speed limit is 70 on 85. So like, I don't speed like crazy. Like generally, like I set my cruise control to 10 over and just let it ride. Like I'm pretty risk averse. Like I don't drive like an asshole. I'm coming back from a wedding with Justine. It's a Sunday morning at like 10 a.m. We're on 70. We're going down. I have my cruise control at 80, right? We're going down 85, no problem. I'm with the pace of traffic. Like I'm not passing cars. 85 turns into a road titled 1. And so it turns into 1. 1 stays at 70 miles per hour for the speed limit. And then shortly after, it drops to 55. I totally missed the speed limit sign, but like nobody else in the flow of traffic that I was with slowed down either. So again, everyone's still going at least 80 miles per hour. I get hit by a radar gun from a cop, and I just happen to be the unlucky car that the cop decided to pull over. At this point, I still think the speed limit's 70, right? And like the speed limit changed like probably less than a mile back. So I get pulled over. The cop comes up, and he like I do everything by the book, right? I am overly polite. Like I take my I set my keys, my phone, and my wallet on the dash. I have my hands on the steering wheel. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. I give him all my stuff. He tells me I'm speeding. At this point, I assume I got pulled over for like doing 10 or 11 over, right? Maybe 12 if my cruise control wasn't calibrated right. Because in my head, I'm going 80 miles an hour in a 70. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get hit with a 10 miles per hour over speeding ticket. Like, this cop's being a dick because I was going with the flow of traffic and it's only 10 over, but whatever. I was speeding, right? So I was like, okay, I'm just going to pay this fucking ticket. I was speeding. He comes back and he gives me the ticket, and he's like, your court date will be January 6th. And I'm like, oh, can I not just pay my ticket online? And he's like, when you're facing class 3 misdemeanor charges, you need to appear in court. And I was like, what? And he basically walks away from the car at this point. And I look at my ticket, and this is when I realized that the speed limit was 55. And he was such a dick. This cop must have been like, this kid was like fresh out of like the academy. Like he must have been like 23, maybe 24. This kid hit me with a 2 class 3 misdemeanors, which is in North Carolina, you can face jail time for up to 90 days. It's a mandatory, or up to 60 days, excuse me. It's a mandatory 90-day suspension of your license and like a mandatory like $2,000 fine. And then on top of that, chat, the worst part of all of it is with these misdemeanor charges in North Carolina, it's a state mandated law that your auto insurance has to be increased by 90% for 3 years. Like that's insane. So this kid hit me with all these he hit me with a, the first misdemeanor was, I guess in North Carolina, if you're going above 80 miles per hour anywhere, they can hit you with driving above 80, basically, is the law, which is a fucking class 3 misdemeanor. And then...
Are you telling the story how you almost went to jail?
Yeah, I'm telling the story of how I almost went to jail. So he hits me with the class 3 misdemeanor for driving above 80. My speed limit was like 81 or 82. He hits me with a reckless driving and endangerment, which is crazy because I was driving with the flow of traffic in the right lane, like not bad at all. So I get hit with all this stuff. I end up I hired a traffic attorney. This traffic attorney used to be a state rep in North Carolina's like Senate or whatever. And he worked on the traffic committee and passed a bunch of really good progressive laws to like prevent this exact sort of thing for low income people. So people can get like waivers if they get hit with this so they can keep getting to work, because like this disproportionately negatively impacts lower income people, right? Like if you're speeding, you lose your license for 90 days. Now you can't get to work. You can't pay your fine. You end up just like having a warrant and going to jail. It's bullshit. So I hired this traffic attorney who passed a bunch of really great traffic laws during his time. And on top of that, in the district that I got charged in, this lawyer was the former assistant district attorney. So he basically just needed to go strike a plea deal with his old boss. And it ended up getting bumped down to being 7 miles per hour over and just a fine. No. Good morning. They already saw Bodhi when I turned it on. He was rolled over on his belly. And he got a bunch of love.
Oh, buddy. Come here.
Yeah, it got bumped down, dropped all the criminal charges. Yeah, but Justine ended up taking a defensive driving course for me online.
You shouldn't say that for people to see.
Whatever. I bought her ice cream for it.
And a plant.
Because
I impersonated Dylan, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, aw, wifey. Yeah, no, though. Also, someone asked if you can do the heart with your hands. Can you not do that?
Okay. Go to question. Our question is bound. Question can go into there. That's bound. And here. We should be able to do... Oh, shoot.
I'm not peer pressuring him. I'm just pointing out the facts. It's been years.
We went in proxy. Good peoples. She seems like a good dude for a good dude. Good
What?
people. She seems like for a good dude. Well, in Russia, you could just pay a policeman $100 to forget about incident. Yeah, man, that cop was such a dick. He was such a dick. There was no need to be
Yeah, he was an asshole.
it was just like crazy.
Do y'all want to know something really funny? Like a month before that, I was pulled over for speeding, didn't follow anything by the book, and was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. And they let me go.
So this isn't going to work again. Well, thank you, Cy Gamma. Appreciate that. Chat, this is not fun. I don't want to keep working on this. I'm over this. So what is the way to actually do this? We're going to make an endpoint. We're just going to make an endpoint. SvelteKit. Where's SvelteKit? I should have just done this from the start. He's not reading me anymore. Oh, whoops. Can you do that heart shape with your hand? Boom. All right, we just need to do making fetch requests. Page load. How do I do this? I don't want form actions. I just want normal endpoints. How do I do this? It's OSX. Actions are the preferred way to send data to the server. Okay, that's what I'm doing, but this is like really freaking hard to do. All right, so what is on our props? It'd be nice if we could just pass through. Hold on. We're going to try a couple more things here. Where do I find defaults? Getting started. Populate form from database. Yeah. Const load, async form, user, your adapter, super validate. If you want to populate for it, you can send data to super validate as the first parameter. Yeah, that'd be nice. So theoretically, like we should be able to do this. Like we should be able to do this. Like this should be fine. I'm about to, oh my god, I can't. Thanks, crowd. Last sip of coffee. Like this should be able to take a argument that has a assessment on it. Like that should work. It took me about a month to get really comfortable with it. Ah, okay.
Chat, it is time. Do you see him though?
What?
Can you see small dog?
Yep, chat, you know the deal. If one of the other dogs tries to eat that food, hop on them.
I've been putting pumpkin in his food, so he's usually fine and eats it. But as you can see, Winnie is already lurking.
Okay, that might have fixed our problem. Or we might be getting closer at least.
Okay. I'm gonna be in meetings for the next few hours,
Okay.
but please pack.
What?
But please pack.
I will
you're
pack
done.
when I'm done. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. Winnie, that's so gross.
So this should really be... She does not.
What?
Somebody asked if you program.
No. That's a foreign language to me.
Whoa, 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 the way she said that. I know. Now you guys understand the kind of abuse I put up with in this household. All right. So now we should have the assessment and the question. Okay, that's on the form, pre-populated. So if we go here, this should only need the form now. We go to assessment, we pull these off, and we should be able to get this now. And this should be question.answer derived values, right? We can come in here, do that. This will be, we need to take these down here, put those there. This might work, chat. Wait, why does that not exist? Wait, what? This should have an assessment on it. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it would be. Assessment does not, do I have to $sign that? Yeah, okay. It's kind of what I'm saying, Kraut. It's kind of what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Const question equals values dot set update subscribe. Values dot question. What is the type here? What if I make this derived? What if I make this state? Can I pass that? Worked, but I don't think that's quite what we want. Wendy Marie. Oh, you okay, Boots? Just bonked you in the face. Just bonked you in the face. I'm sorry, buddy. Thank you, y'all. All right. State. It'd be nice if I could bind to values dot question. Something like that. Can I put a... I probably can't do that, right? No. But our... This sucks. I hate this. I don't know how to think about this. What up, Fubar? Yeah, I've been stuck on this same problem for like an hour. Not having a great time, if we're being honest. Some days you win some and some days you lose some, and today we are losing because this is not fun at all. Okay. That's getting closer to what we want. Let's go ahead and go down to question. Let's see here. We get question, which is bindable. We're not going to make that bindable anymore, but we're going to get our answer, which will be bindable. I guess this will be a stringer number. Or really, yeah, stringer number. And then we bind to answer down here. Bind value. This will be bind answer. And then we go into here. Why can't? Yeah, that's fine. This is going to take the same thing. This is going to take an answer, which will be a string, I guess. This will become answer. And then we're going to bind that to answer. All right, so that all seems like it's working. Then we have some type errors over here. Writable string is not assignable to type string. I mean, I guess we can make that a writable string. I don't really know. That comes from there. Sure. And we'll just pass this the whole way down through. Writable. And then we have to do that one more time. Oh, this can't. Can I do this? Yeah, okay. Which means we should probably have. Right, this needs to take the question. Progress is not going great today. We went down a performance rabbit hole, and now we are paying the price for that, and we've made a mess. And it's kind of driving me crazy. Cannot bind to derived state. Great. I hate that I can't bind to derived state. That drives me crazy. I'm using Mona Lisa. All right, let's clear our state. Okay. Right. That initialized state won't be reactive. Why? You just need state and effect. Okay, so you're saying right now my form looks like this, right? I have the super validated form that has the question and the assessment on it. I really just want to pass the question. It'd be nice if I could just pass the question to this and it would update the values for me. Like, I would love to not have to pass the answer. Like, this would be the ideal API that I would like. Is this possible in Svelte? Like, I would love to get rid of answer and do this. And then this would be like question dot answer. This would just get question. And then in here, get rid of that. Get rid of that. This would not be that. We would have question. And then it would be question dot answer. Same down here. Yeah, it's such a pain. All right, this is not great. I'm not really happy with anything I've done this morning. I'm gonna throw away everything we did. It's gone. All right, I'm just gonna right quit all, or quit all, and we're gonna start where we were this morning, unfortunately. I just wasted an hour and a half. So the problem I'm trying to solve, all right. The original problem that we ran into this morning is that there's like a delay here, and it's like a pretty noticeable delay. And I don't know why. And it's noticeably slow. It does not feel good. And I don't know how to fix it. I think it's the response coming back from the server. So we can get rid of like a bunch of this stuff. Like we don't need progress step. We don't need these. What originally happened is that we noticed that that was feeling slow. So I tried to fix it up. And when this is the action that runs when that happens. And I tried changing things such that I was trying to remove this database call where we where we query the assessment. Because if you look, this is probably where like the majority of the time's taking is this transaction. So if we do console.time and we'll say submit, jump down to the bottom end, this will be console.timeEnd, and this will be submit, and then we can come in here. Let's just say this is going to be GCT. This will be await. Then after that, we'll do console.timeEnd. And we'll say transaction. And we'll put that up at the start of the transaction, which is right here. In fact, we should probably put that there on the outside. And then we can go back down here and this can be return. Put that there. Okay, we have everything timed. Let's go ahead and clear our data because this is probably in a bad state now. Delete that. Reset. Sign up for an account. Random ass password. That kicks us to the survey. 4. So now let's look at the logs. Actually, yeah, let's open that. We have our logs over here. We click submit. Why didn't we see? Oh, because that should be time. Yeah, there we go. No wonder. All right, we do 45. Let's clear this, clear that. We click next. Our half a second of delay. And the majority of the time is taking place. Yeah, it's like all the transaction. It's really slow. So we can time each of these writes too, or both of these parts of the transaction. We'll say select, and this will be time end on select. And then this will be our update. We'll say console.time, and this will be update. We can come down here, put this. This will be time end, and we'll just return result. And let's try this. Right, there we go. I mean, there's even input form lag typing into that. It's probably because of the console log, I bet. I don't know where that's coming from, but we click next. The select is super fast. The update is super slow. So the majority of the time is coming from the update. The update's still slow. Even using the primary key. Okay, don't want to do that. That update is so slow. I wonder if it's because it's a JSON column. Wait, didn't we just update this to... Oh yeah, it is going by ID. Where is the question being used past the if checkout of curiosity? What do you mean? Where is question being used? It's gonna load into a dashboard. I wonder if the parsing, we can also like check how long the parse takes. Because we're having to parse that on every go. 29 milliseconds, super fast. 0.29 milliseconds. The bottleneck's the update. Update's taking like... I mean, even the select feels slow. The database is hosted on oh, it is. What's happening here is that this question is a reference to the assessment, which we parsed from the database. So this is a reference. And then the submission of the answer, that comes in from the form. We update our reference that's on the assessment, and we update the answer to the value that's on the form. And then we save this assessment, which has a reference to that answer on it. Yeah. I wonder. How much overhead is the transaction causing us? Because it technically doesn't need to be a transaction, because we're only ever updating one thing. God, that lag is terrible too. The select got faster, updates about the same. So our total time, and then we're getting another, because the other bit of lag that happens here is that our load runs every time we submit the form. I really think the right answer here is not, well, I don't know what the right solution is. We don't have any throttling. We load. I'm using Postgres. I would like to optimistic update, but that means changing this to not use form actions. I do think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I have no idea what's going on out there. What is happening? They just have the zoomies right now?
Yeah. Well, Emily's here.
Oh, hi Emily. So we get
I was just in a very important meeting with some of my sellers, and Winnie was humping Bodhi in the background.
That's amazing.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't understand why this is so slow. The other thing is we could normalize, go back to a normalized model, which might end up being useful, rather than shoving JSON in again. It feels like an Oracle DB. All right. I probably... Well, the database is going to be on Supabase regardless. So like it's a realistic penalty at this point. We have question, name, prompt, I guess. What up, Bronze? I'm doing well. Thanks, Jaden. Have a good one. All right, let's look up how to make an enum here. Hopefully this gives us some better speed, and even if it doesn't, this is gonna be, this is how we implemented it in the first place. Not quite like this. I should have. Getting started Postgres. Column types, where are my column types? One in enum. There we go. We'll say we have export const question type is going to equal it's going to be a PG enum, and we're going to call it question type and it's going to have members text number and then we have scale. Okay. And then we can put type in here. And this will be question type enum dot not null. Expects one argument. Oh, that's the name of the column, right? And we'll put that on both, even though we could quickly look it up. I'm fine with denormalizing that. Oh, maybe we don't need it on there. Assessment answer, type prompt. Sure. Okay. That seems reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and generate a migration. This is gonna break so much stuff. Bun, run, drizzle. I should go drop data before we do this. We should drop everything that's in assessment. In fact, I kind of want to... No, that's fine. Yep, that should have cascaded, deleted. Okay. Okay. So my plan here is to transition this to be mostly front-end driven, optimistic updates, ditch form actions. That's the plan. Whoops. Bun, run, drizz, migrate. Why? Cannot drop table because other objects depend on it. Which one? Assessment because other... All right, so what if I just drop it myself? What if I can just drop this? Why are we trying to drop roll? Roll should not being dropped. What? Oh my god, drizzle. This morning has been a struggle bus. Like, what is this? No. All right. Brainy Jubilee. Let's see what Brainy Jubilee gives us. Like, what is this? Why does it think it needs to drop all this stuff? Drizzle is not meeting expectations at the moment. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, Stone. All right, did we get rid of everything there? Yeah. And what's in here? That all seems fine. You know what? We're just gonna... Why? That's so crazy. All right, we're nuking Drizzle for now, and we're going to just drop our entire database. And we're going to come over to here, and we're going to drop everything. Drop. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Drop. And then we're going to drop. Okay. Now we should be able to do this. And if we do bun run drizzle generate, no schema changes. What? I am so confused about what's happening here. It like doesn't see. Did we figure out that this was a bun problem before? This is so stupid. Routes, lib, server, drizzle, schema. Like we have a ton of changes in here. Come on, Node. Oh my gosh. Why is this taking so long to build? There we go. Are we really not gonna... Is this really not gonna let me? File exists. Yeah, we'll have to rm dash, probably gonna have to nix clean. Am I blurred? Oh, it didn't blur my keyboard. One more try. There we go. Okay. So let's go down here. We'll do another whip commit, and now we should be able to do node npm run drizzle generate. All right, I guess it was a bun thing. That's wild. I need to remember that. And of course, Drizzle doesn't generate the frickin' thing correctly because of that bug we had to report. I'm not impressed with Drizzle. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It's not I'm not super stoked about it so far. Where is the problem? Okay, so I think that worked. Let's check our database. Yeah, all right. All right, we're at least back now. That's almost right. Almost right. We have to come in here. Where's data? Yeah, that doesn't need to be on there. So to get that, we join that, and then we need an answer to be associated with, rather than an assessment ID, it needs to be associated with a user assessment ID. And that'll be user assessment ID. What did we just break? All right. Oh yeah, I love data grip. All right, so we have this user assessment, which joins a user to taking an assessment. We can see when it's completed at, created at, updated at. And then we want to link an assessment question goes to there. That's fine. And then assessment answer needs to be, yeah, needs to be linked to a user assessment. Does it need both of these links? I think it does. Technically, we could just put assessment ID here instead of user assessment, but we'll keep that. Let's see here. That looks good. So can we get all the data we need? Let's do one other thing. Yeah, we can just put that in text. So our question has a type on it, which will be scale. We have the prompt, which will be the actual question. We need like for a scale question. Need one more table. We're gonna have to wrap up here in a minute, but let's get this done. Const scale question do we really want to do that, or we can keep it in memory for now? Yeah, this we can do this for now. All right, do we need to add anything? Is there any migrations that need done here? npm run drizzle. Let's actually commit rip, and we'll say drizzle migrate. Or generate. What up, Patel? Thank you for the resubscription. I super appreciate you. 6 months, half a year. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I still have my key. It's right here. I miss it. I miss the sound. I like Nix. I mean, I hate Nix and I love Nix at the same time. Nix can be a super pain in the ass and has a huge learning curve. But now that I paid that price, I wouldn't really want to use anything different because it's just super convenient. But like, I hope something better than Nix comes along, because I'm still gonna hold on to it, Patel, just in case I do decide to switch back from the split. I'm probably gonna put it on my stand back behind me. Let's see here. Let's go look at our schema again. Have you heard of Vorpal? I've never heard of Vorpal before. I'm very excited about what Vorpal could turn into. If anyone were to do it, it would be BG and his squad. Like, he cares about it a lot. He has good ideas about it. He's good at community building. So, yeah, I hope that he's successful, and I would love to contribute. Let's look at this diagrams. Okay, that's awesome. Diagrams. There it is. All right, so we have an assessment. It's got a name, a description, timestamps. We have a user assessment, which ties a user to taking an assessment and whether it's completed. We have an assessment question, and the question can be text, number, or scale. The answer will always be stored as text. In fact, a unique property we got by accident is that we can have multiple answers to one question. That's tied to that. Okay. I will probably rewrite a bunch of this form off stream. I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow because I'm leaving for vacation this afternoon to go to New York to hang out with my college friends. But we will be back Monday morning. So let's go find someone to raid, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Sorry today was a rough stream. I did not get anywhere close to what I wanted to do today. We got Janet going. We got Tej going. Let's raid Janet. Yeah, have a lovely Thursday, end of your week and weekend, y'all. Appreciate all of you hanging out. And let's go watch some Clojure and functional programming.